What is going on, fellow professional wrestling fans? Today we got a very fun video. At least I think it's going to be very fun. We have WWE King of the Hill. Now, you may be asking, what is King of the Hill? How does it work? So pretty much it works. You start with one wrestler, and I'm going to pick that wrestler just because he's my favorite. We'll get to that in a second. Then I'm going to have ChatGPT randomly pick 20 different wrestlers from all across WWE history, male and female. And then pretty much we're going to go through them one by one, and I'm going to see, are they better than the wrestler that I originally picked? And then if they are better than the wrestler I originally picked, they take that spot as King of the Hill, and we are going to keep going down the line until we end up with the final King of the Hill. Now, the wrestler that will be starting off as King of the Hill is AJ Styles, simply because he is my all-time favorite wrestler. And then, like I said, I'm going to have ChatGPT randomly pick 20 random WWE superstars all throughout WWE's history, male and female, and I'm just going to decide if I think they are better than AJ Styles. Now, I will preface this video saying there isn't really a criteria for, why I think a wrestler may be better than another. I'm just going to kind of go, purely off vibes, and we'll see where that takes us. But before we get started, feel free to comment your favorite wrestler in the comments. And without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, I'm about to draw up. ChatGPT's about to cook. Okay, off rip, he goes with The Undertaker. Honestly, Undertaker, AJ Styles, I'm going to go AJ Styles. I just like his in-ring work more. The Undertaker was always kind of stale to me. He was a really cool character, a lot of aura, but I don't, I really appreciate Mike's skills. The Undertaker doesn't really talk. His, moveset is kind of stale too. I think AJ Styles is better. So AJ Styles is still our king. All right, number 2, Trish Stratus. I mean, this is kind of light. I mean, AJ Styles kind of clears, no diff. Yeah, next one. Kurt Angle. Ooh, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle. This is a tough one. Both very talented superstars. Both had very strong careers in TNA. I mean, I'm biased because I'm going to AJ Styles, but purely off WWE reputation alone, I think you have to go Kurt Angle. If we were including everything, from TNA, from New Japan, I think we'd go AJ Styles, but purely off WWE, we are going to go with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is our new King of the Hill. Next up, Sasha Banks. Oh, this one's tough. I love Sasha Banks. One of my all-time favorite women's wrestlers. Arguably the greatest theme song of all time, but I mean, it's Kurt Angle. You can't beat Kurt Angle. Now we got Randy Orton. Randy Orton and Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, absolutely love, very talented, but Randy Orton is arguably one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. Not even just the greatest WWE superstars of all time, greatest professional wrestlers of all time. I think he's 14-time champ or something like that. 10-time, 14-time, several time. Kurt Angle super accomplished, but Randy Orton just a little bit more. So Randy Orton is now our new King of the Hill. Next up, we got Becky Lynch. Interesting. Becky Lynch definitely has done a lot for women's wrestling, but in terms of aura, in terms of match quality, or at least matches that I really like, Becky Lynch has bangers. But it's Randy Orton. You know what I mean? Randall Keith Orton. You can't RKO. You know what? Yeah, it's Becky Lynch I love, but Randy Orton is Randy Orton, so Randy Orton wins. Next up, let ChatGPT cook. Shawn Michaels. Ooh, this one might be the toughest one yet. Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels. Now, Shawn Michaels is my 5th favorite wrestler of all time. I never actually grew up watching him wrestle, but I went back and watched his stuff. Randy Orton or Shawn Michaels. This one's tough. Purely off vibes. Honestly, we're going to go with Shawn Michaels. He just, the way his swagger, he just has so much swagger. Sweet Chin Music, one of my all-time favorite finishers. He's sort of the blueprint for some of my favorite wrestlers. I really like Dolph Ziggler. Shawn Michaels was the blueprint for Dolph Ziggler. His ring attire, and his matches with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, his match with Ric Flair at WrestleMania. So many bangers. Part of DX, one of my all-time favorite factions. We're going to go Shawn Michaels. Now he is our new King of the Hill. Next up, we got Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair or Shawn Michaels? I mean, is it even close? Charlotte Flair, I do like Charlotte Flair. I can appreciate what she's done, but I don't even think she's in my top 5 favorite women's wrestlers. We're going Shawn Michaels easily. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ooh, this one's tough. Shawn Michaels or Stone Cold Steve Austin, 2 arguably Mount Rushmore level WWE wrestlers. Honestly, I never got into Stone Cold. I think I can appreciate everything he's done, and the moments he's had and the matches he's had. And I can appreciate, the impact he's had not only on WWE, but wrestling as a whole. But I just never got into him. I can understand the hype, but I personally was never able to get into the hype and buy into it. So because of that, we are going to stick with Shawn Michaels. He is still our King of the Hill. Now at number 10, we have Bianca Belair. Very talented women's wrestler. Super cool. A lot of cool matches. But, I mean, it's Shawn Michaels. Bianca Belair, maybe 10, 15 years down the line after she's, had a proper fleshed out career, there could be a debate to be had. But right now, Shawn Michaels, I think, wins. No diff. Okay, so ChatGPT just gave me AJ Styles, but because we started with AJ Styles, we're going to go to the next one. So we're just going to skip that one for now. Lita, bro, are we serious? Lita, okay. I'm not gonna throw shade at Lita, but I mean, it's Shawn Michaels. Like, let's be real. Like, there are very few people who can top Shawn Michaels, and Lita is not one of them. So, moving on to the next. Edge. Shawn Michaels and Edge. Edge, I will say, is very talented. One of the greatest heels of all time. The heat that he was able to get, in the 2000s was absolutely insane, especially in that feud with Matt Hardy. One of the best heels of all time. Let that be said. However, is Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, I think, just clears Edge. His moveset wise, attire, aura, entrance, mic skills. I think Shawn Michaels is just better. But I will say, big shout out to Edge, one of the greatest heels of all time. Rhea Ripley. I like Rhea Ripley. One of my favorite women's wrestlers currently. But honestly, I mean, it's Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, like Rhea Ripley, I will say, sort of in the same conversation with Bianca Belair, but I will give Rhea Ripley the edge. If it was like Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, I would give it to Rhea Ripley. But again, she needs more time, 10, 15 years down the line. Maybe we'll revisit this conversation and we'll reevaluate it. But for right now, we're still sticking with Shawn Michaels. He is still our King of the Hill. John Cena. Ooh. Okay. The reason this is tough for me is because I was a John Cena hater for the longest time when I was younger. And now obviously I can appreciate everything he's done. The retirement tour, I'm really buying into that. It's a very sad thing, very emotional, but very bittersweet. But when I was younger, I absolutely hated John Cena. So I'm like balancing, my appreciation for him and what he's done for wrestling and WWE. And then also, how I felt about him when I was 10 years old and I was pulling for AJ Styles in their feud in 2016, and I was buying into the beat up John Cena. I was always the Cena sucks guy and the John Cena sucks chants. Never seen 17, John Cena. I think you gotta go John Cena. There are very few people that can beat Shawn Michaels, and I think John Cena is one of them. We'll see if anybody even tops John Cena. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with John Cena as our new King of the Hill. Sorry, Shawn Michaels, I love you, but John Cena, I mean, first ballot Hall of Famer. Next up, we got John Cena versus Bayley. Okay, this is kind of funny because Bayley, one of her biggest inspirations was John Cena, but I mean, it's John freaking Cena. Bayley, very talented. Everything she's done for women's wrestling, especially, NXT Black and Gold, the match she had with Charlotte, or not with Charlotte, with Sasha Banks. I mean, that pretty much changed the course of women's wrestling for, the rest of time. Super amazing impact, super positive impact for women's wrestling as a whole. But I mean, it's John Cena. So sorry, Bayley, you gotta go. I'll give you a hug. Hugger's gonna hug, but we're gonna go with John Cena. All right, for number 17, we have The Rock. John Cena and The Rock. The Rock, I don't like The Rock. I will say that. I think The Rock is a very egotistical character. I think he's egotistical not only in WWE, but also in Hollywood. If you look into some of like the contract clauses he has for movies he does, it's absurd. Like, his character can't take a certain amount of hits because he doesn't want to be seen as weak. And then obviously, he came in, screwed over CM Punk in 2013 for WrestleMania 29, then tried to screw over Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania 40 in 2024. Yeah, The Rock, get out of here. John Cena, dope dude. John Cena clears The Rock. Next up, we have Asuka. Asuka. Now, if this was back in 2018 when Asuka was still undefeated, I think there would be a conversation to be had because, Asuka, 0 losses, completely undefeated. But I mean, you know, looking at her now in 2025, she's still doing pretty cool stuff with the Kabuki Warriors and Kairi Sane and the feud with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, but I mean, it does not even come close to what John Cena is doing or what he has done over the course of his career. So we're going to keep rocking with John Cena. Number 19, getting close to the end, we have Brock Lesnar. Now, I mean, if we're going purely off like wins and losses, Brock Lesnar would beat John Cena. You know, he's had multiple matches against him where he squashed him. But I mean, in terms of mic skills, in terms of aura, in terms of entrance, in terms of impact on the WWE, in terms of the amount of amazing matches, John Cena clears Brock Lesnar. In terms of moveset, Brock Lesnar's moveset is pretty cool, I will say. But I mean, it's John Cena. We're just going to keep rocking with him. Okay, wait, never mind. So this is number 20, but we're adding another one, or we're subtracting one because it gave us AJ Styles. So this is really number 19. So this is actual number 19. Alexa Bliss. I like Alexa Bliss. I'm very happy when she came back to the WWE earlier this year in the Royal Rumble, but I mean, she doesn't come anywhere close to John Cena. And we have our very last wrestler who will try and take over John Cena's position as King of the Hill. We have CM Punk. What a crazy way to end. What a crazy way to end, because this one might actually get it. Because keep in mind, I'm from Chicago. So I am a CM Punk lover. I buy into that, you know, that hometown hero. You talk about mic skills. The one person that can compete with John Cena on the mic is CM Punk. Aura. CM Punk has so much aura with the pipe bomb. Even the ring attire is sick. Cult of Personality. You talk about entrance aura. Cult of Personality rivals The Time Is Now. And I said I'm going purely off vibes. I love CM Punk. I literally have a signed CM Punk like picture frame back at my house. I'm at college right now in my dorm, but I think CM Punk is gonna take John Cena's spot. Because again, like, he's the hometown hero. I'm from Chicago. He's from Chicago. You know, his ring attire sick, pipe bomb, one of the greatest on the mic. Just the way he carries himself, the way he talks is so sick, so much aura. I think CM Punk is going to be our new King of the Hill. And with that, he was our 20th wrestler. And so we are going to end this video with CM Punk as our WWE King of the Hill. But with that, that concludes this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I thought, you know, this was pretty fun video to make using ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, I really do appreciate it. Feel free to comment your favorite wrestler in the comments. And, you know, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.